Hey, welcome back everybody. Chuck here with American Travel Fun. Today we're going to talk about strange Florida laws that you may encounter or have probably broken while in Florida traveling. We're going to take a look at what animals you have to pay for at the parking meter, to which day of the week it's illegal to fart. Yeah, it's actually a law. As silly as it is, it's a real law. And of course, I'll give a little history where I can, some background. I'm telling you right now, Florida's legal code is nuts. I know I've broken several of these laws. How many have you broken? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, all these are actual laws. Are they being enforced? I'm not going to say that, but these are actually real, and they're quite interesting and funny, some of them. Now, on with the show. Number one, we have singing in public while wearing a swimsuit. Yeah, it's actually illegal. This was passed back in the 1940s or 50s, likely to maintain public decorum in beach towns during the earliest 20th century. There's a couple reasons why they made this a law. None of them seem very good, but here they are. Some say that the law may have originated from a public official becoming annoyed by someone singing in a swimsuit. That seems to be pretty popular. Others say the law may have been related to noise ordinance, but there was a lot of newspaper headlines from the 1940s about indecent beachwear causing a stir in coastal towns, and local legends about rowdy beach parties and disturbing the peace. So they came up with, if you can't sing in your swimsuit, everything will be calmer. Right. I wonder how that worked out. But if you want to go and sing karaoke while in Florida in your swimsuit, don't do it. Just make sure you're not in a swimsuit. Then go ahead. Number two. Now, if you're in Pensacola, which is a very popular destination, it happens to be raining, do not open your umbrella on a street, on any street in Pensacola. It's technically illegal. This was passed back in the 1800s. Police reports from the early 1800s about runaway horse incidences. Horses were running away caused by sudden movements or noises. Quite a few of those reports. And so they made a law saying you can't open your umbrella because apparently that was the biggest cause. Now, of course, today there's no horses walking around, well, at least not normally walking around Pensacola, so that's not really a big deal. I'm sure nobody's getting any tickets for it. I actually tried to find out, and I wasn't able to find any record of anybody being cited for this, ever. Number three, this one's kind of funny. I like this one. Tying elephants to a parking meter. And not only am I talking about tying elephants to a parking meter, this also goes for alligators and other animals, but not cats and dogs. Nowhere does it mention cats and dogs. It's mainly about elephants, about tying them to a parking meter. If you do tie your elephant that you're walking down the street, because one does do so in Florida, and you tie it to the parking meter to go into the store to get a Coke or whatever, you better make sure you pay the parking meter. You need to make sure that you pay the same fee as you would for a vehicle. Otherwise, your elephant will get a parking ticket. Now, I don't know if it's more because it's an elephant, the fee, or what. I don't know. I think this one's funny. Now, the reason for this law is because of Ringling Brothers, the Ringling Brothers Circus. The law originated back in early 1900s, shortly after the arrival of Ringling Brothers Circus in Florida, where elephants were occasionally seen tied to parking meters. You know, the guy would go into the local store to get something, and the locals were upset with it, so they made a law. Now again, I also don't see anybody being cited. I didn't see any record of anybody being prosecuted or even paying or anything, but it's an actual law. And just in case you were wondering, it is technically illegal in Florida to have an elephant as a pet. Again, I had to look it up because I was curious. I mean, you made a law, saying I have to pay. Am I allowed to have a pet elephant? No, I'm not, because it's a Class 1 wildlife, which means you're not allowed to possess it as a personal pet. Number four. Now this one's great. I love this one. Now, if you're an unmarried woman and you want to go parachuting, it's completely legal in Florida, don't get me wrong, but you're not allowed to do it on Sundays. Not technically. It is illegal for unmarried women to parachute on Sundays. This was passed back in the 1940s. This is during the time when they wanted more moral activities to be kept. They were considering this skydiving immoral. Now, why is it only immoral for unmarried women to do it on a Sunday? I don't know, because married women can do it on a Sunday, but not unmarried women. I don't know. Any women who are watching this, have you ever worried about being arrested or being cited for... Has anybody ever mentioned this to you when you went parachuting, skydiving, etc.? Just curious if anybody's ever mentioned this to you, because I didn't even know this was a thing, and I think it's hilarious. Basically, this law was aimed to discourage dangerous activities on the Sabbath because it's considered immoral. I think it's hilarious. There are local legends about daredevil unmarried women causing a scandal with Sunday skydiving. Whether that has anything to do with it or if those are even true, I have no idea. I hope so. I hope they're 100% true because I think that's amazing. Number 6. Now this one I'm a little confused about. Leaving car doors open too long. This one's in Cape Coral. It's illegal to have your car doors open longer than necessary. Now my question is, define longer than necessary. Like how many seconds, minutes, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, a minute and a half? What's too long? I mean, what's the time frame? What circumstances? I mean, if I'm on the right side of the road, do I get more time? Or if I'm in a parking space, do I have more time versus someone who's parked on the street? I don't know. Some of these things are crazy. This one was passed back in the 1990s as a local ordinance, obviously, for Cape Coral. Apparently, back in the 1990s, there was a lot of police reports with vehicle break-ins in Cape Coral itself, so that's why this law was created, to help emphasize safety. Number 7. Now, this is probably the absolute strangest one on the entire list, and I don't even know why they wasted time or money making this one. Like, the government, to make this into a law. Why? Sexual relations with a porcupine.
What the hell?
It is obviously illegal to have sexual relations with a porcupine. They made that a law. It's illegal to have sexual relations with a porcupine. I don't know why they had to make that a law. Has anybody ever thought about, oh, look at those quills? I don't get it.
Ooh.
Explain it to me. Why? Did somebody do something? Like, I couldn't find anything on this one. The best I could come up with on why this is even a thing is there is some folklore and urban legends about bizarre farm accidents. Now, that's all I'm going to say. Use your imagination. And there you go. Now, here's the thing. Porcupines aren't even native to Florida. Right. Like, naturally, they're not even there. Like, you'd have to bring a porcupine in from another state. So, why make this law to start with? It's very weird. The whole thing's weird and crazy and hilarious to me. Now, porcupines, like I said, are not native to Florida, but they are found in North America. They're actually found in mountainous, rocky climates, in cooler climates. Not Florida, where it's sandy and moist. And warm. They don't like that. Number 8. Chickens are protected in Key West. Yeah, they're actually a protected species, so you cannot chase them away from you. If a chicken is crossing the road, yes, we're going down to the whole thing. Why did the chicken cross the road? Well, because he was in Key West and he felt like it. The chicken can cross the road because he's in Key West, and you can't rush him. You cannot hurry it up. Don't blow the horn. Don't get out and shoot it with your hand or think you could take it home and make some chicken dinner. It's a protected species since 2004, actually. And the reason they did this was because it's been a part of the island's cultural history and laid-back feel for forever, basically. It does have a very big historical significance. Chickens have been a part of Key West history for a long time. They were initially brought over by settlers and immigrants for food and cockfighting, which used to be very popular. No, you're not going to find cockfighting down in Key West anymore. It's illegal. And over time, these chickens have become a part of the island's culture and charm, and they're often referred to as gypsy chickens and seen as symbols of Key West's laid-back, free-spirited atmosphere. Number 9, fishing while driving across a bridge. No, I did not misspeak. No, you did not mishear me. I said fishing while driving across a bridge. Now, what moron tried this? I have no idea, and I'd love to meet that guy and ask him why. What made you do this? But not only did one guy do it, there had to be probably multiple people that tried this over and over again for them to make a law. Somebody had to have done this multiple times, or a bunch of people had to have done this a bunch of times. I'm not sure which. I'd love to know. This is an actual statute, a Florida statute. Florida Statute 316.008. And obviously this was designed to improve traffic safety and avoid accidents. Back in 1950s, newspaper reports of traffic accidents caused by distracted drivers on bridges. Nowhere did it say anything about them driving while fishing. Now, how all this is correlated, I have no idea. But that's one of the strange laws. Number 10. Now, if you're in Hialeah, I'm not sure, I'll have it on screen, and you're ambling or strolling down the street, that is a misdemeanor. Yeah, you're going to have a misdemeanor charge. This was created to prevent loitering and vagrancy back in 1940s. It's local ordinance only, so you can go and meander and stroll down Orlando or St. Augustine or wherever you want to go, just not here. And the thing is, it looks like a really nice place. I was looking on Google Street. There are sidewalks everywhere. So, I mean, it's a place you want to amble and meander and stroll. The park looks nice. I was looking at a park. It was beautiful. I don't know. But yeah, it's actually illegal. Apparently, back in the 1940s, there was a lot of loitering and vagrancy issues in Hialeah. Number 11. This one's silly. Eating cottage cheese on Sundays after 6 p.m. It's illegal to eat cottage cheese on Sunday after 6 p.m. Why? I don't know, but it is. It's the local ordinance in Tampa. This was passed back in the 1950s. I mean, there's a couple possible reasons why they did this. There are some newspaper articles referring to excessive eating on Sunday dinner parties and disturbing neighbors. Others say it's to discourage overindulgence on the weekends. Take your pick. Maybe you got a better reason. I don't like cottage cheese, so this one would never affect me. But it's a dumb law. It's strange. Like, why? Number 12. This one's funny. Public flatulence on Thursday evenings. Again, another one. After 6 p.m., but this time on Thursdays, it's illegal to fart in public places. Yeah, another one. I don't know why, what's with after 6 p.m., but if you have gas and you got to release it, no, don't do what Shrek says. It's not better out than in. It's better in than out. Because if you let it out, you got a problem. You could have a ticket, a citation. There is an urban legend about a mayor or a council member that was embarrassed by a public incident of flatulence. And so, through jokes and pranks, somehow this made it into the legal books. It wasn't supposed to, it just accidentally apparently did someday. I think that one's great. And last but not least, one that probably we're all guilty of, I know I am, showering naked. If you're in the state of Florida and you get naked to take a shower, you're breaking the law. It's considered an offense that you need to pay for. That's it. There's an old remnant of public indecency laws that no longer make any sense today. This was passed back in the early 1900s during decency campaigns and moral panic about nudity. This is when they're all up in arms and everything about decency and what's moral, what's immoral. And so what do you guys think about this list? Did you guys ever hear about any of these laws? Have you guys broken any of these laws? Did I miss a law that you think should have been on this list? Let me know down in the description. I know I've broken at least 2 or 3 of these off the top of my head. Probably a few others I'm not even aware of. And let me know about what state's strange laws you want to know about. New York, California, Mississippi. I can go all over the country. We got 50 states and 6 U.S. territories to pick from? Let me know down in the comments. And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and as always, thank you for watching. Have fun, guys.